Hello everyone, my name is Bitharne, and welcome back to Civilization 6. This is part 2 of our Rome Let's Play. We got a second city founded in the first video here, and we've got a fairly lousy bit of exploring going up north. Down here we got Spain in the way. We're definitely going to have to go to war with him at some point. We do have a jungle here though that'll keep him a little slow on expanding. Besides, I think we're only going to have room for one good city here, I think right on this tile. Which will block all this off, and we'll get a good city here, and then up in this area we can fit at least 2, maybe 3 decent cities, but probably just 2, depending on what's going on in here. We might be able to squeeze a city in here that's good, grab that cattle and whatever might be here. We bought up quick here to make sure that Zanzibar did not get these good tiles from our city. Kume not being the greatest start because it doesn't have a lot of housing, because it doesn't have fresh water, but we'll make up for that later with the good spot that it's in. So let's go ahead. We have that tile, so we can move this guy along. We need to do some exploring up here, see if there's any good spots to build another city, and probably keep exploring a little bit with this guy. I think Amsterdam wants us to build a campus, which I do want to build early. I think we'll throw in here for Rome. Zanzibar wants a great rider, which may or may not ever happen. Seoul wants an archer, which will be something we can get fairly early. How was our city-state? We got a couple of envoys down here. We need one in Amsterdam. We can get one with a campus. Where's our influence at? I forget. Right here? Yeah, 27 influence. So it'll be a while before we get another envoy from our influence. That'll be another 73 turns or so. So we got this natural wonder, which gave what? Culture and science, was it? Yeah. So I kind of want to get this city up early-ish because we want that extra science and culture. We're building this settler. I'll probably throw him here so we can block off our southern area. We'll be allies of this city-state. So with this city growing here and with this city-state growing out, this whole avenue for Spain to attack us will be blocked off. And with all these rivers and these jungles, we'll have very easily defend ourselves when he tries to aggress on us, which is very likely to happen. We're going to have to take him over, so we're going to have to put off an offensive towards him at some point. Never mind. They actually did. You can't really just dive through their terrain anymore, which kind of sucks for exploration. So I'm just going to do that because I want to see what's up here for sure. Down here is not as important to me simply because Madrid, Spain's probably already pulled up any goodie huts, so we're not likely to find any, and meeting other people isn't that important to me at the moment. I'd rather know where I can expand and what I have to watch out for, especially if there's, like, say, a land bridge here. I doubt it, but there might be. Right. So we get him up here. This guy's just gonna heal, and then we're gonna try to go take that for the gold that you get for clearing it out. And let's see. So we're going to want to boost our production and our food. Our food is going to be really good here already. Let's see, he's got the two food. He's got no production because he's working this tile because it's such a great tile. So if I do this here, it'll give us 3 food and 1 production, which he won't actually work the tile. So that's why I want to actually get him over to that tile there. How many builds does he have left? He has 2 builds remaining, it looks like. So I'll go ahead and build one here, so that when this grows, when the city grows, I can throw the next guy there probably for the extra production, and then he'll come over here next and we'll get some more production there. But the city should grow really quick with all the food. It's going to hit a wall though because of the lack of housing real quick. But I think each pasture you build gives you half a housing. So we'll be able to boost our housing by 1 point by getting these built. And then there's another 1 point with those 2 pastures. And then fishing boats, I believe, are really good for housing. So we'll go here next. Let's see, because we go here. I think this will give us our information on that. So growth in, food, modifier, housing multiplier, 0.5. So we're growing at half the normal speed because our housing is not high enough. Which is down here, we're at half housing. So population growth reduced by 50%. So we'll have to power through that with, wait, is that tile even worth, God. I'm thinking, because I got a lot of food here, is that supposed to be culture? Not sure why. They're really bad at auto buying tiles, I've noticed in this one. We'll just let it run because we really don't have the production. That was a misclick. I actually don't know how to get out of that window. That was really weird that it would not leave the window. Interesting. Well, I guess we're closer to the rice then, at least. Oops. At least we got decent income on money, so I'm not too worried about it. We should build a trade unit here pretty soon. Actually, a trade unit would be perfect for Kumai, simply because I can get some extra food in production just by trading with Rome. That's the one, I guess, flaw you could say of Rome's ability to auto-create roads, is that you're slightly less inclined
Bronze is the
to trade with yourself.
Of the form, wine of the mind.
Right, let's see if we got any iron nearby.
Air conditioning that brought down the Roman Empire. With air conditioning, their
Let's
windows
open
were
borders.
shut. They couldn't hear the barbarians.
And then we're gonna, I don't know, we might get that. Let's see, we have God King going because we want the thing, so I'm gonna leave that. However, double recon experience. I'm gonna get this because we're about to clear this thing out here. I'm not too worried about my scouts, and I want this guy to be a little more powerful against the little encampment that we're gonna clear out. Let's see, so that tile is definitely not as good, so we'll move him here. Can't do anything this turn, we'll do it next turn, it'll be fine. Perfect, cool, we got some iron up here as well. Is that the only iron that we have in our territory? So research. We're gonna get we need a slinger for that. I'm gonna get writing so that we can potentially build an early campus. We have our Pantheon now. Is there something we have a lot of? Actually, we could actually get a good amount of faith from quarries, because I got 2 alone in the capital. Kumai has 2. This city will have 2, and this city will have like 2, or there's 2 or 3 more up here. And it doesn't look like I'm gonna really be able to get those 2 with the city, because Zanzibar is gonna grow pretty quick. So that's like 8 plus early faith that I don't have to really invest much in. So I think I might get that. So that'll give us a lot of early faith. Again, without that'll be the entire game. I'm actually going to grab that because we have a lot of quarries we can build. Perfect. And then is that committed? Yeah, it's committed. What is this? Policy? Are free this turn. I want to actually change policies. Okay, so they actually are free. So we don't really need more of the faith and gold at the moment. I'm actually going to do this because we're going to get our 3rd city here soon. And it'll basically double our production in Kume over here. So next turn that'll probably, we'll have those 2 being done, so that's going to be an extra 2, so this will drop down to like 10 turns or 8 turns. So we'll get this extra builder up, and we'll probably slam down those 2. I don't think we don't have irrigation just yet. So we'll slam down 2 more pastures for the housing. Oops. Oh, that's what happened. Actually, I don't know why. Alright, so I can use that warrior for now, so I'm going to go ahead and move him down here. Ooh, there's Spain settling out. So obviously this is really rich land. That gives him iron too. That's a good place for at least 2 cities. You can probably squeeze in 3, 1, 2, and then down here depending. And then he'll probably settle another city up here somewhere. But again, 3 turns, we'll have that city down in a little while. Much sooner than he can obviously go up there. And that's how I would play Civ 4 a lot. You would usually have more room. Say Spain wasn't here, I'd go and I'd settle like 1, 2, 3, 4 cities here, and then I'd come back and settle like 1, 2, 3 more cities inside that ring. I can't really do that so much now. Okay, cool. We should be able to take that guy out in one hit next turn. We're going to try to get that archer built. I'm not I wonder if that works with upgrading a slinger, or if you have to actually build the archer. I'm curious if that's the case. So that's 14 turns. Where's my other dude working? There? Oh, it's the same thing. It's just more gold, less food. Growth in 32 turns. Does that not change? Is it because of... It could be because of our growth rate is really bad. What's this do? Yeah, it actually doesn't. It doesn't actually make it better because of our slight 50% penalty gives us a half of food. So the extra half of food we get doesn't actually do anything for us. So we'll have that in 14 turns. How much gold do we have? I'm wondering if we can't purchase. No, we can't purchase any useful units. Only some militaries. We might go. I think I'm gonna go for the trader and just purchase the trader. I often spend my gold purchasing traders and things like that. And early military units is another thing, a good thing to spend your early gold on, so you can actually get some things built, like builders and settlers, while also getting some military units to defend yourself and fight, because they are really cheap early on. Alright, a lot of hilly terrain up here, and not very resource rich either. So definitely not going to worry about a city in here, so we're just going to squeeze 2 cities up in this corner here. We're going to have to get up there really quick, so I'm probably going to go with a lot of settlers really early. We do need to make sure we build, since I'm playing on, what, Immortal was it? Second to last? We need to be very careful and make sure we have a lot of military to fight, because I was playing through a game and I was attacked by musketmen when I barely had, like, I was working on researching pikemen, and I just finished it and I had to build pikemen. I didn't even have spearmen built, so... And it was really, really early. Because they fly through technology real quick on these higher difficulty settings. You're always on the back foot. The problem is that AI is so bad, you kind of need to give them such a huge advantage. It wants me to build the city there, but I can't actually see any good reason to do that. Except for maybe the starting tiles around it. No, that's like 3 production. That's a really good tile. Yeah, we'll just throw our city here, and that gives us a lot of good surrounding tiles. I've noticed a really good tile to be near when you found cities is... Oh, actually, we can squeeze another good city back here. Is jungle is really good. Like, jungle hills are awesome. Alright, so what we need... We do need some military units really badly. We need a watermill. I really like watermills. Granaries are nice. Our housing is okay. I want another settler too, though, because I kind of want to get a city up here to get those furs before Seoul gets them. But we can get the furs from Seoul once we're allied with them, which we probably will end up being. So if anything, I might want to get a city here to get that copper and even that sheep first. So if we were here, we'd do what, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it'd have to be here to get both fish. Well, all 3 fish. 2, 3, 2, 3, which will 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Actually, we're going to build this city right here. 1, 2, 3, which will block all these off. So we'll have to build one more city up here in order to take advantage of this natural wonder properly. And we can get that fish also if we build the city right in that spot. And it'll give us all those. It'll give us that quarry we want for the faith bonus, and then we can get our own personal furs. That's a pretty decent tile, especially these surrounding tiles. It's nice because it's like in tundra without actually being on tundra, which is a really bad tile to be founded a city on. So we need lots of settlers, but again, we also need military. Very much so, because I'm thinking even an encampment would be worth it. Because I forget, can you build a mill? I think encampments allow you... I forget if they just speed up your construction, or if you can build a military unit separate in encampment. I totally forget. I think it just speeds it up. Let's get, I think, a heavy chariot to help protect us. What's their 28 strength? It's only 6 turns. I'm gonna get a chariot, so we have some military, because your relative military strength is also important to keep them from aggressing on you. You can avoid having to fight in a war that you would have a huge trouble winning if you have a military that's big enough. Ooh, that's an interesting one. And it'll give us more faith, so we're gonna have to try to do that. Get a slinger to kill a unit. There's a barbarian village down here, so we can do that.
Writing is easy.
We could also kill Spain's dude and start an early war, because it'll be very hard for him to press the offensive on us. Alright, so we're gonna, let's promote. Just grab basic promotion there, because we'll probably have that warrior for a long while. Alright, so we got, what did we just learn? Writing, because we want to get a campus built. We also, with masonry, we're not going to delete any stone, so we don't really need that. We don't really have any deserts for pyramids. Walls are really good in these difficulty settings. If you you're going to end up with war with somebody, and they'll be more powerful than you. So that'll help you defend a little better. Astrology, I think we might want to get. I'm going to get astrology because we might grab Stonehenge early, since we're going to have a faith. We're going to basically have good faith because of our quarries. And we have a really good spot for a holy site up here for that city when we build it in these mountains. Especially since the thing's already surrounded by... so that'll be +3 or holy site, so that'll be 4 alone, and then that tile already has 2 because of the 2 Everest blocks around it. And if we're lucky, once I see on the other side of the mountain, if this tile or this tile is a mountain, we can actually have like a 3 or 4 faith thing over here. Or it'll be 2 faith, and then it'll be 1, 2, 3, or 4 if it's a perfect circle there. You get a ton of faith from a shrine, which would be really nice. Use very few tiles and get a huge resource boost from it. Oh, I need to build a trader. I totally forgot. Should have done that like 2 or 3 turns ago. I'm gonna build. Actually, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna use as soon as I build. As soon as I build this city and found it, I'm gonna build the trader there, and I can give that city an early boost to its production and growth. And since it's on a river, it'll have a lot of housing, which will be good for us. All right, so we're getting up here. I'm gonna pull this guy back. I really would like to explore up there, but I need to protect that settler for now. So it looks like we're on this continent, this looks like a really small continent. Depends on how the overall size of the map, I guess. But with just Spain. So honestly, we get like an early war here with legionnaires. And just kill Spain right out. We'll have a really strong mid-game. For sure. Holy site, that's what that is. Speed up some of the animations. Alright, so I'm going to get down here. I want to see what this looks like. We can easily fit another city up there. We're going to go ahead and build the city here with B. So Ostia. We're going to purchase a trader here. And then we're going to construct a... How much money do we have? 120. I'm wondering... I'm thinking watermill? Do we have... We don't have rice or grain on here, do we? Which kind of sucks. I wish we did, so watermill would be a no-brainer, but... It's good, but not... It'll just take us a long time to build is one of the problems. I'm thinking we can just work on our builder or a military unit. But I'm thinking the next time we get, I think, 120 or 140, I'll just buy a slinger. That'll be about 6 or 8 turns. I might... Let's see. These are always the hardest to decide. We got the monument for free, which is great. We don't have anywhere to build the encampment yet, obviously. I'm thinking, because it'll give us such a huge production boost, sort of, depending on what we do, because we do have the cattle which we can produce from, which will give us, that'll be 3 food and 1 production each. We can do it on both tiles and give us an extra housing if we get this builder constructed. But I think we really need some military, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually build a slinger, and I'm going to purchase another slinger when I can. Alright, so I really don't need to defend that now. I'm going to actually finish exploring this to see what the terrain looks like. So we'll see. My people will settle where they please. Screw you, Spain. Alright, so that's what we're looking at so far. We got our third city founded. Next video, we'll probably found yet another city because we got a lot of good terrain.
Begins with a strong, well-educated workforce.
So that's a good unit maintenance reduced by 1 each was pretty good later on. And we might want to grab this at some point, maybe when we get our new... did I never change that? Or did I change it back? I'm actually thinking to do this for extra gold, or actually I want to do this because I'm building classic and ancient medieval, because I want to actually build some military. So that should make our our slingers save like 2 or 3 turns on the slinger. This guy will be done next turn. The next thing we'll probably build from him is another settler, because I really want to expand quick before even these guys get expanding. So I'm thinking the next city. I'm thinking we'll want to get this city first for the iron, so that we can go to ironworking and get our legions constructed. I'm gonna work on, before then, I think I'm gonna work on archery. Well, we will want this too. Plantations gives us housing, so let's get that. We'll cut it off early to get, I think, farmer. We don't have anything to fucking farm. Yeah, we can actually do it right here. With this builder, we'll actually get that rice to finish this. So once we're halfway done with this, we'll grab it, and then I'm going to do archery up to halfway, and then we'll switch to something else. Perhaps sailing I want to work on too, because I want to get this fish and those fish all really quickly here. So we'll do all those. We're only going to do the half research because we'll found that, obviously, to the Eureka, the fish, and then all the other good stuff. So we'll dive into that in the next episode. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I will catch you in the next one.